The world is screaming that the West has finally crossed a line that cannot be uncrossed. Is the current intervention in Iran a desperate humanitarian mission to save lives? Or is it a blatant, illegal act of aggression that violates every rule of international law? Right now, the geopolitical landscape is shaking as German officials and Middle Eastern leaders square off over the legality of recent military maneuvers. On one side, proponents of the necessary intervention argue that the West has a moral obligation to prevent a regional catastrophe, citing intelligence reports of imminent threats and human rights abuses that demand an immediate response. They claim that waiting for a formal UN mandate is a luxury the world simply cannot afford when lives are hanging in the balance. However, critics are firing back with a much darker narrative, labeling these strikes as illegal warfare that bypasses sovereign rights and ignores established global protocols. From Tehran to Berlin, the debate isn't just about bombs and drones. It's about who gets to decide when a country's borders no longer matter. We are seeing a massive rift in global diplomacy where the definition of defense is being rewritten in real time. Because the situation on the ground is evolving faster than traditional media can report, you need a source that cuts through the political spin and provides immediate clarity. For real-time, neutral updates on the US-Iran conflict refreshed every 30 minutes without the clickbait, check out iranwartoday.com in the link below. The core of this argument rests on a knife's edge: the tension between responsibility to protect and national sovereignty. Supporters of the intervention point to the volatile nature of the Middle East, arguing that a surgical strike today prevents a full-scale world war tomorrow. They use data on regional arms proliferation to justify these preemptive measures as a form of global policing. On the flip side, Middle Eastern leaders are warning that this policing is actually a neo-colonial overreach that destabilizes the entire region and breeds a new generation of radicalization. They argue that if the West can ignore international law whenever it suits their strategic interests, then the entire concept of global order is a sham. Phrases like illegal aggression are being used in emergency summits to describe what some see as a blatant power grab masked as a rescue mission. The data shows a growing consensus among non-aligned nations that the West is playing a dangerous game with high-stakes consequences. Whether you see this as a necessary move for global security or a lawless violation of peace, one thing is certain: the rules of war have changed forever. We are witnessing a shift in power that will define the next decade of international relations. Is the West's intervention justified or illegal? Drop your thoughts in the comments and subscribe for more deep dives.